you gotta push this out to a whole new bracket, bro.
Systems, operations, and also a lot of different things, right?
I'm just calling.
The hardest thing about entrepreneurship is if you're doing the right things, and then, cause I remember the times, bro. I remember all these coworkers living lavish, flexing, flashing, all that, right? The one thing for everybody that, you know what I'm saying, like getting to the gym or
Alright, so we just got out the gym, man. We didn't got our workout in. I gotta get bigger though, for real. So my main goal is to be able to push myself to make the most money, get the most attention, also being able to push myself so I could be the greatest ever, for real. And cause I already know I'm the greatest, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta wait for the rest of the world to catch up. But at the end of the day right now, what I gotta do, man, is that I'm going back to the house. I like to be in and out the gym within less than 2 hours, for real, just because of the fact that, like, I got things to do, I got money to make, I got people to shake, I got moves to make. And that girl is fine as hell that I look at, bro, but I gotta stay focused though. You feel me? Cause right now, like, it's just funny shit. But like, yeah, so right now, I'm really gonna go ahead and go back to the house right now, bro. We're gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, get to work, make our calls, and then also really build our business for real. So let's get to it. So today, I already planned my day, so let's go ahead and get my week going, bro. And then really gonna make as much money as I can possibly.
Yeah, boy.
So every single week, bro, every single day, I push myself to get to a certain threshold, and also I push myself to make as much money as possible, bro. And that's by helping out enough people as possible, right? So if I set my target at, like, let's say, for example, I want to make $20,000 a week, right? So if I can make $20,000 a week, bro, then I can be able to go ahead and actually help out that many people. So it's all about helping that many people and also being able to push myself, because think about it, right? Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna make 20 a week, because I'm damn sure I'm gonna go ahead and do my absolute best to go ahead and make $20,000 a week. But the thing is though, bro, like, why would you settle, right? Why would you settle to be like, all right, I'm gonna make $1,000 a week, I'll make $2,000 a week? Why would you do that if you can set your targets up so high to the point where it's like, all right, let me go ahead and set the target and make $20,000 a week. If I make $20,000 a week, bro, then if I set my target to make $20,000 a week, if I don't hit $20,000 a week, I will most likely hit $10,000 compared if I only aim for $5,000. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta push this out to a whole new bracket, bro. And at the end of the day, I always like to set my goal. Cause if you aim in the head, like Grant Cardone says this stuff. If you aim to hit $1 million, you're not thinking big enough. You need to actually make sure that you're setting your targets for $10 million. Because people underestimate how much time, effort, and also how much sacrifice goes into making a dream or making a goal a reality, bro. So you always gotta set your goals 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, you know what I'm saying, higher than what you really want, because then that's the only way you're gonna achieve it, bro. You feel me? That's the only way you're gonna achieve it, bro. Because if you just aim it small, bro, you're gonna get small. If you think small, if you play small, you're gonna get small results. If you think big, you play big, you're gonna get big results. So that's the most important thing. You feel me?
So right now what we're doing is we're setting up our day so we can be able to go and actually get some fine results. So I'm optimizing different things, right? And so really what I have to do is start to hire a lot of people, because at this point I need to get VAs, I need to get more people to be on the team. And so I've been doing most everything myself at this point. Like, in order to be able to go ahead, like as a business owner, you want to be able to fire yourself as quickly as possible, right? You want to be able to fire yourself from doing all the admin work. You want to fire yourself from being able to go ahead and actually do all the little things, right, that are about $10 to $15 tasks, and get to those higher level tasks, right? Systems, operations, and also a lot of different things, right? And so that's really going to be crucial as far as exactly so once you're actually growing for a business, right, you want to be able to go ahead and make sure that you can have all those little things, right? You can have all those little minor tasks you don't necessarily need to worry yourself at. And so if you value yourself at $5,000 an hour, you should only be doing as many tasks as possible that are around $5,000. Yeah, of course, at the end of the day, you'll still argue with certain people, or you actually still call customer service, but that just comes with going ahead and actually handling different things, right? So with me, the thing is I have to go ahead and actually systemize this and operate this, because I really want to make sure that my clients get the best possible results ever possible. So that's really going to be a crucial strategy on exactly how we're able to accomplish that. So let's get into it right now. So what we're actually going to do is make sure that we're on point with everything and just getting everything situated right now. As far as getting some operations in order and just getting everything as far as situated.
I'm about to get some food right now for real, so I'm about to start the flower chai. Oh man, almost like the flower chai. Yeah, bro. What's up, y'all? Y'all doing well? So right now what we're doing is we're calling, trying to reach out to more people. So while I'm on my actual phone right here, like, you're gonna see that I'm calling right here. So I'm just calling. Hey Jeff, this is all Boo. Best phone number is gonna be 469-2400. So yeah, we're just sitting here calling people. Yeah, we're just sitting here calling people, bro. That's how you actually build out your book of business, bro. Today, I'm really striking out today. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But it is what it is, man. A nigga really striking out today. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm messing up on my calls. I'm not doing things, and it's like once you get on social media, bro, it's that shiny object syndrome, bro. This shit is dangerous, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, cause people don't be telling you that shit, but like, it's almost like staying the course of what's working for your business, right? And if it's working right, it's like the sunken cost fallacy, right? And so you want to be able to. The hardest thing about entrepreneurship is if you're doing the right things, and then on top of that, you get on social media and you see other people that are making money off of doing a certain method or doing a certain trajectory or doing a certain, like, I guess, another outreach method, whatever it is, right? And then you automatically think, oh, I should be able to go ahead and get this done, right? And as far as like the problem with that is that you don't realize that that might have worked for their business. You don't account all these different factors that got that to actually work. And then two, you don't even really know if that person is lying or not lying. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like a subconscious thing. It's just like giving yourself that permission to be able to go and actually succeed. That's the hardest part about entrepreneurship, because you can honestly be able to succeed with any single thing, but if you're constantly looking at what somebody else is doing or what this person is doing or how this person is doing, like, they all have great perception, but it's actually fit for what your whole model is, right? And so there's definitely a cost to be able, there's definitely a major cost of switching out your whole method and switching out your whole like org structure, right? So if you want to go and switch it out, it has to be able to, it has to make sense, and it also has to be worth it. But let me get some food and just get back to these calls. We'll get to it, man.
Alright, so right now what I'm doing is that I'm gonna go shoot a YouTube video. Exactly the process. You know what I mean? Especially when you get things done yourself. If you rely on people, when you're depending on people at all.
So right now what I'm doing is shooting this YouTube video. I make sure to go and shoot a YouTube video every single day. Especially if you want to be the best at something, you gotta keep doing it every single day. And so in myself, I was getting really mad at myself because I was like, bro, if you would have just shot a YouTube video every single day, because I think so many people, they get caught up in trying to be perfect, bro. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get better. If you go ahead and do a video every single day, you will be able to go ahead and get better with your script, with your talking, with your delivery, with everything possible. You're also gonna be able to have something that's way more important than trying to go ahead and make it perfect. And that's literally market feedback. The market and your audience will tell you exactly what you need to hear and also what they like and what they want to see. So many people try to go ahead and make anything for themselves or what they like, and I get it, right? If it solves your problems, it's most likely gonna solve somebody else's problems. But a lot of times what you need to do is understand that you need to be authentic to yourself, and then understand that your audience is also the ones that are watching the video. So you have to tell it to your audience and make sure that everything that you're doing with your audience is gonna be aligned. So that's really one of the main things. But I usually go ahead and try to script my videos. I do 90 minutes of YouTube every single day. I spend about 60 minutes, right, being able to go ahead and actually write out the script, figure out the ideation, and also be able to go ahead and structure it out as far as properly. So I use AI with this, right? So I'll basically go ahead and write out and type out the whole script myself, and that's just like in my own words, nothing really like structured, but more about just like logical, like this is what I noticed about a certain topic. And then afterwards, what I'll do is go ahead and actually put that into AI. AI will create a script off of that, and then what I'll do right now is like just shoot the video. With YouTube right now, like even though like my YouTube videos aren't going, like they're not getting as many views as I would like them to get, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna go ahead and actually post every single day. I'll go and record every single day. That's just because I don't give up. I don't quit. I don't care at the end of the day if the views are going lower than ever. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep pushing.
So I'm about to go and start the day. After this, I'm gonna go ahead and start out my cold email system, and that's really gonna help me out print because we're gonna be making 100, 200K a month, easy. Let's get it. So right now, what I'm actually doing is setting up my cold email, and so I've been doing about 200 calls a day. And so honestly, I've been doing more around like 175 all the way to 250 every single day, right? And so with that, I was cold calling based off of a list that I got. And so that list was it was pretty dialed in. I got the actual direct lines of the people that I was calling. The problem with that list was that it was all over the place, right? It was actually a list of 20,000 people of all different HVAC owners. And so basically what I really was doing is that I was going and calling, but it really wasn't as dialed in. So now what I'm actually doing is doing a cold email. And so at this point, I'm reaching out to people as far as sending out cold emails. And when I send out the cold emails, I'm also doing the calls as well. That's it. So whenever I do these cold calls, what I like to do is that when I'm cold calling people, is I'm also like sending over a text. So I'm calling and I'll do a cadence, right? So if I'm doing a cadence, I'll have 150 contacts, 150 to 200 contacts, and I'm just rotating them. So I'll call twice on Monday, twice on Tuesday, and just kind of like get that cadence going because a lot of times people don't pick up. So you do have to call them anywhere from 5 to 12 times just to even be able to make a sale. And so my whole goal of the cold call, right, is to literally make a deal, right? So I'm literally calling like, yeah, you need money? Cool, we got you, we can help you out. Boom, if you don't, then all right, like let's go ahead and get you for a meeting so we can be able to help you schedule this. So that's really like the main aspect of it. So we just got my workout in here today. I'm at light time right now. And so what I'm about to do, so I just got some work done. I'm about to go to the client meeting right now. So this shit's popping. And afterwards, get after it. Start calling what people do as far as like this work and stuff. So let's get it, man. Alright guys, so we're over here. We're about to go and get lunch right now with a client of mine. And so we're about to just chop it up, have a good time. I got another meeting here at 2:30, so that's gonna be something fun. So we're gonna be able to, what's up guys? How y'all? So we're gonna be able to come out here, but I like this spot. It's a nice spot right here. It's a little bougie, but what's up guys? How y'all? I doing well? Yes sir. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on, buddy. You feel me? You guys have like iced coffee? Right? Iced coffee and some water. So if you're in business, like you need to stop being like if you want to be able to get high ticket clients, you need to be able to stop being cheap, right? You need to start connecting with people. Also be able to go in and take them out to lunch and actually get more business. People remember this stuff, well. People will sit here and remember that. Alright, so it's about 9:30 right now. Y'all see the time. We still dialing. We still smiling and dialing for real. So right now what I'm doing is I'm reaching out to everybody that's in the West Coast. And so I'm making sure to get a hold of them because I know that somebody will answer the phone. Help. But yeah, anyways though, I just want to give you some food real quick. Been dealing with grind stuff all day, but I love this shit, bro. Cause I remember the times, bro. I remember the times, bro, where I wasn't productive, where I wasn't like put under the pressure. I still got a YouTube video to shoot. I still got to, like, you know what I'm saying, reach out to my younger brother. I still got things to do. I still got to go live and stuff like that, bro. I remember when nobody knew a boo, but now I'm booing again. So a boo about to take over the game. You feel me? That's all I need to know. I just need to get in. That's it, coach. I just told coach. I said, put me in, coach. I promise you, coach. I'm gonna do the rest. Don't worry about it. I got it, man. I need to tell you about this. And one thing for everybody that, you know what I'm saying, like, get into this game, or anybody that's like, whatever you're doing, if you're in the craft, entrepreneurship, regardless, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter because, listen, most people are not consistent anyways. And yeah, you got people that's like at the top of the food chain, you know what I'm saying, and they really, I'm just waiting, you know what I'm saying, they're at the top of the food chain, they just, a prize, an eye, you know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, like, you got those type of people, but for the most part, the majority of people aren't really consistent. But that's not the thing you should be comparing yourself to. You should honestly compare yourself to the best of the best. Like, I've never sat there and compared myself to like, oh, 99% of other people are not working as hard.
Man, I don't care about that. I ain't competing with them because they ain't really my competition anyways. You feel me? My competition is the best of the best. You feel me? Because then how you gonna elevate your game if you don't compare yourself to the best of the best? You can't. If you compare yourself to average people, you're always gonna match up better than them, bro. You ever notice, bro? Like, you ever play basketball? Anybody that really hoops and stuff? If you play basketball, you play with some trash people. You start to play trash too. But if you start to play around some good, like, you know what I'm saying, some D1 prospects, all that, you start to pick up your game because they know how to play the game. And so, like, you being around more people, you compare yourself for, like, elevating your game to a higher level is always going to be synonymous with you actually putting two and two together. Like, you comparing yourself to people that are better than you, that are doing more than you. That's why I mean, it's a tricky slope. It's a slippery slope, yeah, because you're going to get motherfucking down there, well, not depressed, I don't want to say depressed, but you're going to feel like, damn, I need to be on my shit. And that's how you should feel, though. You feel me? That's how you should feel. Like, yeah, beat yourself up. Yeah, you ain't, you whatever. You 20, I'd beat myself up every fucking day, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I beat myself up every day. Every single day of my life, I beat myself up like, damn, I'm 26. Why the fuck this much? Like, damn, why I ain't got a couple billion yet? You feel me? Like, just stuff like that, bro. Cause you gotta motivate yourself. Cause like, yeah, I feel like if you don't, bro, you just accepting life. You accepting being average. That's not the life I'm gonna live. That's not the life I'm gonna live at all. Period. Point blank. Period.
Alright, so right now it's
12:51, and so I'm just working at the computer right now. So like, basically what I'm doing is that one of finalizing this video script for this YouTube video that I'm about to go ahead and post for my business page, where I'll just say like, well, I would say like, I'll say it's my business YouTube page, right? So I got this vlog channel right here that I'm posting, just my personal brand, and I also got this YouTube one right here. And so I just got off the phone talking to my brother, and so at this point, man, like, I'm about to do some client work too, but at this point, it's like, man, I was talking and I was like, bro, like, I need to come up with a better idea, come up with a better plan, because I feel like at this point, it's like, alright, I already mastered a certain topic, which is credit, finance, and funding in general. I wouldn't say finance I mastered it, but like, well, I would definitely say I'm up there for sure. So I definitely with finance. Man, actually, I've mastered all that shit. So I was talking to him, right, and I was talking about as far as like me, like actually mastering credit and funding, and now it's time to go ahead and actually go on to the next steps, and I mastered that. So at the end of the day, like, I gotta go on to like AI, how you can be able to go ahead and implement it. So it's almost like a very, very cool thing, because it's like, alright, you learn something, right? You learn a topic, you understand it really, really well. After you understand it, now it's where you apply, right? So that's really what separates the people that go on and scale multiple billion-dollar companies, the people that end up just barely making six figures, which, don't get me wrong, six figures, nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to make six figures. That's it. So, but anyways, though, like right now, it's just more about like the applications. So a lot of times, like, the thing is, people think that certain people are getting ahead, especially like nowadays. You think that people are getting ahead just because of what they have and also what they present, right? But at the end of the day, like, we don't really see, we're humans, so we don't necessarily see how that leads 5, 10, 20 years from now, right? So, because if you ask like somebody that was in his 20s, and you ask somebody who grew up with people in their 20s that are flexing, let's say for example, I'm not going to say all of them like me, there's still some winning people because I never want to hate it. But a lot of times, right, whenever you see a lot of people that are presenting a certain facade, and they end up trying to portray that facade for a certain amount of time, then later on they end up just becoming kind of fools themselves. But whenever you're like in the mix and you're also like seeing this in front of you, it's hard to see that like that whatever you're doing right now is going to be higher leverage later on down the line, compared to being able just to get some quick glimmers of fame. So that's really just like something I've really been thinking about, right? Is because like, you gotta think about it, right? Like Jeff Bezos, he was working with Amazon, right, for about 5 years, and then like 4th year he had no progress. 5th year he became the biggest thing on earth. And so that's just the testament to how a lot of things can work, right? Because I'm sure during those 4 years, he was like, man, what the heck? Like, because Jeff Bezos just came from one of the top, I believe it was like one of the top stockbrokers or hedge fund managers. Don't quote me on this, but yeah, so he's probably seen all of his friends, all of his co-workers living lavish, flexing, flashing, all that, right? And so in that 4 years when he just had to eat shit, at the end of the day, he just had to just pay his dues basically.
So that's really like the main aspect. You know, in fifth year, it's like I'm a 9 job basis. Like, it doesn't even matter. One thing I've been noticing, right, is like the spectrum of it, bro. And some people say that, like, they have a sleep schedule. Like me, I see the benefit, but like, I just don't believe in it.